In about 2008, 2009, I had actually introduced legislation that would have required recalled toys being taken off the shelves. And my reason for introducing that bill was simple. If the toy is recalled, families it shouldn't be there just like every other toy for families to potentially buy it. We now know that these things are that science has told us some of these toys are dangerous, from the chemicals that are part of these to just some of the parts that can get in a kid's throat, cause choking hazards, and a whole host of other safety risks. There are so many other ways that families need to be spending their time other than worrying about the safety risk of toys that are actually on the shelves. And again, you can make a rational assumption if you're the average family doing your holiday shopping, whether it be on Amazon or any online purchases or actually going to the store. If it is available for you to purchase, it is a very safe assumption, one would think, for that family to think that toy or that item is safe for usage. However, there are many, many cases where that is simply not the case. And the smart technology toys, that is another whole new realm of concern that we have to be aware of, not just as policymakers, but also as parents. It is now very clear that this information is not 100% secure anywhere, let alone in the hands of a child who may inadvertently give access to someone that should not have access to that information. Families have a lot of other items on their mind. When they see something online, whether it be on their phone or buying it through their computer or going to the store, if it's available for purchase, they are going to make the assumption that it is safe. We now know many of these items are not. Policymakers and the toy manufacturers and the stores need to join together on this common sense principle that if you're going to sell the product, it should already be safe. And if it's not, don't make it available for purchase.
No one should worry about whether or not the toys they're buying are toxic or dangerous. But in 2018, we're still finding hazards in some of the most popular toys. Toy manufacturers must do a better job to ensure that our kids are safe and that their products are safe before they end up in the hands and mouths of children. Over the last 30 years, our report has led to at least 150 recalls and other actions to get dangerous toys off our store shelves. And sadly, our researchers again found potentially unsafe toys this year, despite only testing a small sampling of the market. Lastly, we've seen a rapidly growing market of so-called smart toys that use the internet to provide additional functions, including long-distance connectivity, AI-based responses, app connectivity, and more. Unfortunately, along the way, many of these toys collect data on children, share consumer information, and potentially violate a child's privacy. Last year, the FBI issued this stark warning. These features could put the privacy and safety of children at risk due to the large amount of personal information that may be unwittingly disclosed. This info could include recorded conversations within earshot and information about a child's habits, activities, or personal data.
We talk about toy safety this time of year during the holidays, but the reality is, in my line of work, toy safety is always in season. Unintentional injury is the leading cause of death among children in the United States. Every year, more than 12,000 children under the age of 19 will die from unintentional traumatic injuries, and young kids age 1 to 5 are the most at risk. We know that because they are exploring their world. They're little. They don't have the ability to understand whether something is safe or whether something is dangerous. The two most common injury patterns we see are injuries to the brain and bones. This winter, just like in winters past, we will care for children of all ages who get hurt out doing winter activities, sledding, skiing, snowboarding. And please don't misunderstand. I feel like the agent of gloom and doom. We want kids to have fun. Childhood is supposed to be fun. But when we don't take the precautions necessary to keep kids safe, disaster can and will strike. The bottom line is this: If you buy a toy with wheels or a toy that has speed, buy the helmet to go with it.
But in many instances, let's be blunt about this. You're talking about an average, let's say your average.
The next product on our report is excessively noisy toys. Excessive noise can cause hearing loss and impair a child's ability to learn grammar.
But in many instances, let's be blunt about this. You're talking about an average, let's say your average.
The next product on our report is excessively noisy toys. Excessive noise can cause hearing loss and impair a child's ability to learn grammar,